Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Paula and I am a 22-year-old nursing student and single mommy of one baby girl. I work PRN as a nurse's assistant and I have recently begun a journey to become debt-free in order to provide a better, more fulfilling life for me and my daughter. One where we are more than comfortable financially and don't ever have to go without. So if that sounds like something you can get behind, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any of our progress on our journey to financial freedom. So yes, today we are going to be cash stuffing the fourth paycheck of January, and then at the end we are going to be going over my debt update so you guys know how and where the money has been moving this week. So yes, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I like to do is go ahead and count my money. So here we have the money. It should be $695 that we are stuffing today. So let's go ahead and do a count so we can make sure that that is nice and accurate. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 420, 40, 60, 80, 500, 520, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 600, 610, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, and 95. 695, which is perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and disperse this amongst our little tray here. But yes, let me know how you guys are doing this week. I'm a little behind with my cash stuffings because last week I was just kind of like out of whack. I didn't feel like editing the last one, so I just posted that one today, and so now we are, like I said, a little behind, but that's okay. I'll post this one probably like Wednesday or Thursday hopefully, and y'all will see that and we can kiki. Okay, so yes, we have plenty of things that I can get into today. I cannot wait to tell y'all about my week and weekend, but first thing that we are going to do now is cash stuff my cash envelopes. So this is my cash envelopes. This is my weekly allowance basically. So yes, let's go ahead and do that. The first category we have here is going to be gas. Gas this week is going to get another $35. We have a couple of dollars left in here. I just went and got my gas. I was running on E, so I went ahead and got that. I had $2 and some change left over, so I will take the change out later. But yes, like I said, this week we're gonna get 35, so we're gonna put a 20, a 10, and a 5 in here. So now we have that, and that will be for this week. Hopefully now that my tank is filled up, I won't have to use as much of that, as much as I did this week. Out of here, but we'll see, because this week I feel like I maybe want to get my hair done. My birthday is also this week on Thursday, and we also get the keys to the new house this week, and it's a little drive from where I live right now, so I might be out and about this week, so I don't know, we'll see. But moving on here, we have restaurants, and I did not spend any money in here this week, so it is going to get another $15, and I think I'm just going to keep the 15 that was in here from last week, since it's already, you know, bent and all of that. So we're just gonna leave 15 in here. I kind of feel like I want to eat out a little bit. I'm trying to stay with my little budget though. I did really good last week. I took lunches everywhere that I went. Well, not everywhere that I went, but like my school days and my clinical day and my lab day, I took lunch, and that worked out really well for me. I was happy about that. Definitely feeding my inner child. I had like Lunchables, not the healthiest of choices, but it was fun, it was quick, it was easy. So yes, that's the type of time that we are on right now. I'm hoping that once we move, I'm able to start meal prepping and really start turning up like the health and nutrition factor of it all. But for right now, we are doing our Lunchables. We have the little turkey and American cheese with the little Oreos. And then the little pizza ones, those are my favorites right now. And then I've been taking like an albacore tuna salad kit, you know, the prepackaged ones. Yes, very much so not healthy, but that's what I've been eating last week. I also had like a cup of ramen as well. So yes, we've been experimenting. Like I said, definitely feeding my inner child. But hopefully when we move, we're able to meal prep a little bit more, and so I won't probably want to eat out as much either, so that'll be nice. But moving on, we have baby girl. I'm gonna keep a 20 in here. There's already a 20 in here, so I'm just not even gonna play with that. when we do move, I will be getting her some furniture, but obviously that's not going to come out of her like weekly allowance. But you know, we'll talk about that probably in another video once we start going over a lot of the bigger numbers, like paying off my debt and stuff like that. So we will talk about that probably next week. So I'm just going to leave that 20 in there. Spa this week, we're not doing anything in spa. My nails are holding up. I will say that ever since they took off my acrylics, obviously my nails are a little bit more sensitive because they're thinner than they would normally be, because you have to kind of like buff off all of the acrylics. So they're very, very sensitive to like hot and cold water. It's very freaking annoying. And then I can't really like dig into anything because it just like breaks. Like it just like, oh my gosh, it's just so annoying. I just can't stand it. But as time goes on, they will heal up. I have a year and a few more months of not having any nails on, so it is what it is. But my toenails are getting on my last nerve because y'all know that they are gel and they're starting, well, not starting to peel. I've been picking at them, so they've been peeling. And now I'm like, dang, I kind of want to get my toes done. So who knows? I might be looking forward to getting my toes done soon here, because I can't have everything looking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, adventures this week is going to get 0. Like I said, I have bigger fish to fry. The adventure is getting the new house. So yes, that's gonna be that for this week. I'm not putting anything in there, and that is just fine. Now we have necessities. Necessities this week is going to get 25. I don't think that I spent any money in here this week either. So yes, we have 25. I'm just gonna keep this in here since it's already, like I said, folded. And we're just gonna call that a day. But yeah, so that is it for my cash envelopes. I am just going to go ahead and take out all of my little change that I've accumulated over this week. But yes, so let me tell y'all about my freaking week. So like I said, last week I really didn't feel like editing the video, and that wasn't really toward anything. I think I was kind of anxious about my dose calc exam. Little segue, I did take my dose calc exam literally a couple hours ago, and I think it went well. Me and my little group, we did a really big study session for like 4 hours because she canceled class today, and then our test was after class time. And so we studied for that, and I feel like I did really well. I've literally never walked out of a math exam so confident. Like, I was literally so confident when I walked out of that exam. I was like, girl, I think I got a really good grade. The only thing about dose calc is you can't miss any questions. Hold on, y'all know I'd be struggling with this. It's heavy now. It's getting real heavy. You can't miss any questions. You have to get a 95 to pass. And then the thing about her exam is that the first grade that you get counts towards your like final grade, but you may have to take it 2 more times depending on what you get. So if you don't get a 95, then you don't pass. So that's a little scary because I'm like, I don't know. Even though when I took it, I was like, girl, I feel really good about this. I knew every equation that I needed to know. I went into every question feeling like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do, so let me just do that. Except for like the last one, it stumped me a little bit, but who knows? So I'm like, if I felt good about all of them and I felt a little iffy about the last one, we still should pass. We still should pass. There was 20 questions, 2.5 points each. So I think you can only really miss 1 question. I think like 1. Yeah. So so hopefully I didn't miss anything. I really don't know. Hopefully she gave us like a range. It was no multiple choice. It was you either know it or you freaking don't. So I'm hoping that, you know, I did halfway decent on that. Actually more than halfway decent because I don't want to have to take this test again. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to my foundational binder. This has all of my long-term savings goals and like my little debt category in here. So we are going to now figure out how much I'm going to be able to contribute towards debt this week. So yes, let's go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like rearrange this. I think we just have ones here. And so we'll move these around and then we will go ahead and count how much money we are going to be able to put towards debt this week. Oh yeah, like I said, last week I was perturbed because of my financial aid situation, but that did get better. So I'm happy about that. They didn't give me the Pell. Obviously, I'm ineligible for the Pell since I have a bachelor's degree and this is a baccalaureate program. But I was able to get the excess unsub and subsidized loans that I was supposed to get for last semester that I did not get. So I was able to get that. So it kind of brought me back to what I was about to get with the Pell. But I was like, it would have been even better if I would have got all three. But you know, we're not going to talk about that. Like I said, I'm grateful in general that I'm able to have financial aid for this baccalaureate degree in any shape or form. So I'm not going to be picky about it. I'm happy that I was able to get 2 semesters worth of funds. This semester it's very, very helpful, especially because we're moving, even though obviously I have to pay it back. But that's neither here nor there at this point. Like I said, I'm just happy that I have a little bit of money in my bank account right now, period, point blank. And we will talk about that probably next week because I want to do, because obviously I'm going to be able to pay off a little bit more money. So we'll get into those funds next week once I do the next video. But I did want to go ahead and restock my cash envelopes for this week that we are currently in right now. So I want to go ahead and just get this video filmed for y'all so that I have my funds for the week. So anyways, let's go ahead and calculate how much money we are going to be contributing towards my debt this week. Y'all know I have a couple of outstanding credit cards. And so yes, let's go ahead and count. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my calculator here so that we can be very, very accurate. And so yes, let's start with our 100s. We have 2 100s. So 200 plus our 50s. We have 50, 100, 50, 200. So plus 200. We have some 20s here. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. So plus 140. Then we have some 10s. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and $80. So we have plus 80. Then we have our 5s. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and $40. So we have plus 40. And then we have 2 1s here. So bam, plus 2 equals $662 that we are going to be able to contribute towards debt for this week. And like I said, I'm behind, so this is really kind of like last week. But anyways, moving on, let me go ahead and grab my iPad so that we can do our calculations and use our debt tracker as well. But yeah, so like I said, I felt really good about my dose calc exam. Hopefully I get a good grade on that, if not the passing score that I need to not have to take that exam again. So anyways, like I said, let's go ahead and do our calculations here. So yeah, so first things first, let's go over to here. I think this is the one. So debt contribution this week, debt contri is going to be equal to $662. $662. And yeah, y'all probably want to know what my debt's looking like. So let me go ahead and make sure it's as accurate as possible. So yeah, let's do the capital one. So the capital one, I told y'all it's not currently accruing interest because we paid it off, and then I had to put some nursing school stuff on it and some other stuff. I don't even remember, but I know most of it. Oh yeah, nursing school and then Anora's photos. So that is currently sitting at $1,519. It's 18 with some change, but oh yeah, let me turn this light on because y'all know how I feel about that. But yeah, so I think they charge me interest as well. I don't really know, but moving on from that, then we have my Apple credit card. My Apple credit card. Apple card equals 37. I feel like I'm writing these so close and I really don't like that, but it is what it is. So 37.99. So $38, whatever. And then my credit union credit card is still sitting at $165, I believe. I also got some nursing school stuff on here. Like I said, I think next week we'll go more in depth into this because like I said, I'll be putting a lot more money next week towards my debt. So this is just what my paycheck is putting toward the debt for this week, basically. So these are the numbers here, and then we're gonna basically talk about the Discover, of course, again. Let me go ahead and calculate this. So I'm trying to figure out, no, yeah. So let's go ahead and do the Discover, because I was gonna completely calculate this, but it doesn't particularly matter, because like I said, we're gonna go over that next week and how I'm gonna like pay certain things off and all of that. So Discover card is equal to $1,434 and a few cents. So I'm just gonna round that up to 35. And like I said, every piece that I get, I like to put toward the Discover because that is the one that's gaining interest. So I'm like, as quickly as I can beat that one up to get it down as far as possible, that's less interest that's accrued, because I think it's like a daily accrual and or monthly accrual or something like that. So if I can continue to knock that down, I like to do that. So yes. So if we have $662 that we were able to contribute this week, let's go ahead and subtract that from what we have here. 62, 1,435 minus 662, that's going to take us down to a balance of $773, which is amazing. We have broken that $1,000 threshold, so I'm super freaking excited about that. I will definitely not be getting into any more credit card debt that is going to be accruing interest like freaking crazy. Like, what was it, like 20 to 25% interest that this is accruing each month, and I've had to pay $100 or between $100 and $150 like every month for the interest, and that gets old real fast. So anyways, let's go ahead and color in our debt tracker for this week. So let me see, how many pages is this? Because I know we were, okay, so are we on to another page? Okay, so we're on to another page, and I will be 662, let's put that on there. So I'll be coloring in 6 of these. So yes, let's go ahead and talk about my work week, because y'all, okay, I went to work yesterday and I was freaking flabbergasted how awful the experience was. Anyways, let's zoom in here a little bit, and like I said, I'm gonna color in 6 of these. So yes, let's go ahead and talk about it. So I worked Saturday night, and I had told her to take me off the schedule for every other day in January. I was trying to see if I can use my PTO days to obviously get some more money, because I've earned those PTO days as a full-time employee. But now that I'm PRN, they're trying to keep me away from my PTO. So I'm like, okay, well, weird, but whatever. And so she kept me on for yesterday. And I went in yesterday and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try and stay positive about the experience. I'm making some money, so I'm happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. I'm gonna try and be chill. I wasn't supposed to work today, and what hurt the most is that me and my family, we were watching movies all the way up until I went to work. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's giving family movie night. It just felt so good. I didn't want to leave. So anyways, I get into work and I see that they give me the heavy side. Once again, I told y'all that they have been giving me the heavy side for a little while now. I don't exactly know why. And I told y'all that like the other girl was complaining and, you know, all of this and all of that. And so I got the heavy side tonight. I wasn't even working with her, but I feel like ever since she started complaining about how she had the very heavy side and I was chilling, even though like didn't have anything to do because my side wasn't calling and she wasn't asking me for help. Even when I was like, are you good? Like, do you have like, so anyways, yeah, so I feel like they started giving me the very like really hard side, and Saturday night was hell on earth. Okay, it was horrendous. It was really, really bad. I was so perturbed and I was like, why are they doing this to me? Like, I got nurses that did not want to do their job. They did not want to help out. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how I can tell y'all without like, you know, HIPAA and all that. Like, I'm not talking about any diagnoses or anything like that. But for instance, y'all know how I had this like 500-pound person who couldn't walk. And I don't know if they gave this person a stool softener or something, but they kept requesting to go BM. And so what we had to do is lift them with a damn crane, which is like the maxi move. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, you might not know what I'm talking about. We have mechanical lifts for people that cannot move or do for themselves if we need assistance. So literally what we had to do was lift this person up in the air and let them poop on a chuck. So y'all know the freaking the little like absorbent pads that we have in the hospital. Literally laid one down under him because he doesn't wear any clothes. Like, he's fully naked because this person has, well, I guess I'm saying he anyways, enlarged scrotum. So it's painful, can't wear anything. He's also 500 pounds. So yeah, whatever. How many is this? 4, 5, so one more. So yes, I would have to lift him with this crane, and not obviously, but I'm not checked off on the mechanical lifts. I'm not, so I'm not allowed to use those by myself, because like the hospital can get sued if somebody falls and I'm using it, or I can get fired, lose my license, all different kinds of stuff. So every time, it was outside the lines. So every time we had to lift him, that would be a 30-minute ordeal. Okay, so I'm like, that's wonderful. And then I have other people calling, other people needing to be changed, like a bunch of total patients, confused patients. And total is when they really cannot do for themselves or they're very, very confused. So we have something called an avisher. An avisher is basically a a person watching behind a camera, a portable camera. And so we use that on people with altered mental status. So wait, which I think I use this one. So I had a few calls from the avisher people talking about, oh, so-and-so is trying to rip out their IV. So-and-so is trying to rip off their catheter. So-and-so is trying to rip off a pure wig, right? So I'm like, that's fun. So it was just back to back to back. I really did not sit down on Saturday. It was freaking awful. I was like, what is going on right now? And literally the other girl that I was working with, she had a whole complete attitude. It was probably her fourth day working. And I was like, girl, ain't nobody tell you to pick up a fourth day if you was gonna act like this. She was like super bad attitude. Like, I was like, girl, like, how do you have an attitude and you're sitting down for 2 hours at a time, 2 hours, 3 hours at a time? Like, what? And then not all the other nurses, but a lot of the nurses were hella busy because our floor was super heavy, like super heavy. And I'm just like, this is just complete BS. And that is what they do to people that are full-time, I mean, to PRN people that float to the floor, or if you pick up on the floor, they'll give you the crap assignment. Because they're like, well, you know, you're barely here, so we need to keep our full-time staff happy. Like, why do we care to really keep you happy? You know what I'm saying? And so that was freaking annoying. I wasn't mad that I was like up and down, because I was like, okay, you know, good exercise, and I only have to be here one day, you know, and I don't come back for another 2 weeks. So I'm trying to see the bright side of things. But I'm like, it was so nonstop. I have nurses calling me, oh, so-and-so needs this, so-and-so needs that. I have the other CNA, oh, 46 called again. She got to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, that's something you could call the nurse for, though. Like, you know that I'm busy, I'm not sitting down, and the nurse is sitting down. So just call the nurse about it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm surely not going to call the nurse about it, because, like, I'm just going to do what I got to do. But I'm just like, yes, people want it to be ambulated around the hallway. So that takes like 20 minutes because they're walking slow because they just had a surgery. So I'm like, okay, people need help to the bathroom. This person wants to be lifted in a crane so he can poop 3 times in the night. I'm like, dude, like, did somebody get, like, why are we doing this? Meanwhile, it's not even the fact that he was asking for this, and this. It was the fact that he was supposed to be discharged 2 weeks ago. Like, I had him literally 2 weeks ago. This is why I love the hospital, because it's turn and burn. Like, we don't have a bunch of people that are like there on a chronic basis, like more than a week stay. He's been here for almost a month now, and I'm just like, no, you like being here, okay? And you're making it hard on the staff, okay? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, dude, I'm just like, this is just, it was doing too much. And then I had this other person that was trying to rip out his Foley catheter, and he did not speak English, could not hear. So it's stuff like that. And I'm like, the nurse is like, Paula, I need your help. I need you to come in here. Like, I just washed my hands. Like, I'm actively washing my hands after coming out of the guy who just pooped. Coming out of his room, I'm actively washing Paula, I need you in here. I was like, I'm coming. I need you now. I'm like, I'm washing my freaking hands. Do you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hand hygiene. Like, y'all need to stop. Like, you're a grown man. Deal with your patient. You know what I'm saying? Like, that crap was just irritating the crap out. I'm like, these nurses don't want to do their job. They're not being helpful. I have 12 patients. Y'all have 4 or 5 apiece as a nurse. They don't need round-the-clock care. Nobody is trying to help me. Everybody is calling me for stuff. I'm like, you make me want to quit. Like, I'm glad that's why I'm PRN, because like I said, I was going to get that assignment whether I was full-time or not, because they started putting me on that side of the hallway already. Just as I was asking to go PRN, they kept putting me on that side of the hallway. So I'm like, yeah, y'all are just, I don't know. It was really disgusting to me how they did not like break up the assignment. And like I said, when that lady was complaining, I had her exact same assignment the night before. So that's why I was like, stop complaining, like, chill, like, it's not that big, because I had her exact assignment. The exact same people were there the exact next day. So I was like, bro, I know your assignment isn't crazy. But that assignment last night, I was like, yeah, y'all got me wanting to actually quit, because this is disrespectful. Like, this is rude and disrespectful. And the crazy part is that the person that assigns these rooms is the charge nurse. The charge nurse does not have to deal with anybody. The charge nurse helps people when they need help. They're not actually sitting there doing everything all the time. They're not moving. So I'm like, bro, that was just so ass backwards. That night I was so freaking pressed. And I was just like, bro, like, I ain't never that was probably my worst day of work that I've probably ever had in my entire life. I was like, don't sit here and rush me. And then everybody else is calling me. I got video text calling me, monitor text calling me. So about battery is about to die. Oh, it's on red. It's about to die. No, it's not. It has a good 30 minutes. If it just got on red, it has a good 30 minutes. Okay. Like, it's not off. Calm down. And then I have contact patients. I have patients with mental altered state. I have people ripping off pure wigs that are, you know, basically vacuuming up their pee. So I'm like, if I don't put this back on, they're going to pee all over the bed, and I'm going to have to do a bed change. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like so many things, and it was just really, really irritating me. So yes, thank y'all for letting me vent, because it was just, oh my gosh, it was pissing me off so bad. And then literally I felt so bad for the girl that was coming on, because right after shift change, he was like, oh, I need to do another BM, another crane lift. His nurse didn't know how to use the damn crane. I can't use the crane. The charge nurse is talking about, oh, I'm doing staffing right now. I can't do it. And then I asked one of the other nurses, the guy nurse, that I literally love him, but he irritated me. I need you right now, Paul. That irritated the crap out of me. I was like, don't, like, watch your mouth. Like, don't try me with that. I asked him if he knew how to use the crane, and I know he knows how to use the crane because somebody had fell and he used the crane. He knew more about the crane than anybody else on the floor that night. But that was like 2 months ago. So I asked him, I was like, hey, do you know how to use the crane? Mind you, he's had this patient before. He did not want to he did not want to be anywhere near. So I was like, do you know how to use the crane? Huh? What are you talking about? What crane? What are you talking about? I was like, do you know how to use the maximum? No, I don't know how to use that. I was like, this man is lying to me because he doesn't want to use the freaking crane. I was like, are you serious right now? Like, and he be the main one sitting down. He be the main person sitting down, not doing nothing really. And I'm like, you ain't got nothing to do. I was like, hi, are you busy? No. Do you know how to use the crane? No. I know for a fact he knows how to use the crane. He just didn't want to help. I was like, see, what happened to teamwork? What happened to we are all in this together? What happened to, you know what I'm saying? But it was so close to shift change that they're like, bro, we're just about to do shift change. Like, the next person's gonna have to worry about that. So I had to give a report. And I felt so bad for the next person that came on because she had my entire side and there was only 2 CNAs during the day. There's usually 3 CNAs during the day. She floated to this floor. I don't think it was a float. I think she picked up. So of course she got the crap assignment. She comes over to me and I had to warn her. I was not sugarcoating anything. I was like, girl, your day is about to be hell. I am so sorry to tell you that. Well, I didn't say it like that, but I was explaining to her the patients and you know what they do. You kind of have to give out like the characteristics and like how everybody's acting and stuff like that, just to, you know, forewarn them about like how the day may or may not go. And you know, during day shift, they may have CHGs to do, which is a total bed, basically a bed bath with a total bed change. And then you have this person that wants to go poop every 3 hours. And then you have a bunch of mental altered status patients. And then you have a death patient that does not speak English. So you have to use Google Trans. Like, I was like, girl, and you know, during the day, they're feeding people as well. And there was a feeder. So I was like, girl, I don't know what to tell you, but if I wasn't sitting down and it's night shift, you're damn sure not gonna be sitting down. You better call on those nurses and make those nurses do their dang job. Because I was like, you're gonna have to deliver these food trays to people, take people to the bathroom, do everything that I do times 3. Yeah, no. No, ma'am. So I felt so bad for her. She was looking at me like she wanted to slap me after I got done giving her report. She was like, so you're telling me they gave me the heavy side? Yes, ma'am. They gave you the heavy side. The other person had nothing, like a bunch of selves. A bunch of selves. I was like, I felt so bad for her. I was like, girl. Yeah. So anyways, that was my spiel about my day at work. I was like, when I got home, I told my mom, I was like, this definitely lets me know, it reminds me that I cannot slip up with nursing school. I have got to move forward with my life and forward in my career and just build on my autonomy level. You know, so when you're a nurse, you have more autonomy. You're not wiping poop. You're not, you know, all of that other stuff. I am not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot sit here and be doing that all the time as my career for the rest of my life. Like, no, I need to move forward. I need to, because I just can't. All of how that happened last night, I was like, don't let it happen again. Don't let it happen again. Y'all gonna hear from me. And or if I just don't show up, y'all gonna be mad. Y'all like, no ma'am. Because I was so irritated. I was so happy when I got off. I was like, mom, they really tried it. Anyways, I'm gonna count how much this is because I counted last week to get the total, but I don't remember what it is. I think it's somewhere around 8,000 that we have paid toward debt so far. So I'm just gonna calculate this real quick. But yes, I was just like, no, they have me completely effed up. And the other girl was literally the epitome of chilling, like chilling. I was like, and then had the nerve to have an attitude. I was like, how you got an attitude and you're sitting down? Like, they're not calling you. And I'm like, they're not getting the hint either, because if I have an attitude over the Vocera, I'm like, huh? Hello? It wasn't anything crazy, but I was like, kind of like, can you read my tone of voice? Like, I'm busy right now. Oh, well, can you do this? And I'm like, bro, like, I'm busy. Like, I am doing stuff. I'm in a patient's room. I am tied up. Okay? And mind you, there was a few nurse floats, and these were terrible nurse floats. Like, usually the nurse floats, this is incorrect. I missed a page. Girl, I missed the first page. nurse floats usually do their job. I don't know where they came from, but they just were lazy, okay? And it's crazy because literally that week, in not even in lab, not just in lab, but over the course of last week in nursing school, one of the big things were, why is it doing that? This is pissing me off. Do not use a lift if you are not signed off. Boom. Don't be lazy nurses. Boom. Experience both of those things, okay? Because I was like, when she asked me to use the lift, this was the charge nurse. And she was like, well, Paula, you saw me do it a couple of times. So you can just go ahead and do it. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm not losing my license over y'all, because if this person falls, it's going to be Paula's fault. It's not going to be, oh, well, I told the charge nurse ain't going to go to bat for me. Oh, I told Paula she could do it. Because that looks like bad judgment on both of ours part. Like, I'm going to get fired or I'm going to lose my license, not you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hell no, I'm not using that thing. You better get your butt over here talking about something. I'm doing staffing. I don't want to hear all of that. Girl, I'm distraught, okay? I'm like, does it really matter if we count this? Y'all know I like to get my grand total, though. I should be writing it down at the bottom, but I'm getting distraught just telling this story because they just irritated the crap out of me so much that night. I'm just like, in my nursing school, she told me not to use this lift if I am not signed off on it. What the hell is going on? It's not like, it might be user error though. Y'all know I be tripping. I am so sorry. But yeah, she said do not use it if you are not signed off on it. And I'm like, I'm not going to put this patient at risk. He's already in pain. So why would I sit here and be finagling with this thing that I don't know how to use, that I'm not signed off on, that I could lose my license over if this man falls? And it's a big situation because he's already like threatening like lawsuits on the physicians and stuff because they're not helping him. And I'm like, I don't have time to be a part of that because I dropped this man. Like, absolutely not. You get your butt in here or no. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Because like I said, that's gonna put me in jeopardy of losing my license. And then how am I gonna be a nurse? If I lose my CNA license, how am I gonna be a nurse? Like, explain that to me. They're like, if you lost your CNA license, like, what do you think is about to, like, what? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I was like, no, ma'am, you got me effed up. It's either, and I'm like, I'm over here asking other people that I know for a fact know how to use this, and they're telling me, oh, I don't know how to use it. So, I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. I was like, yeah, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. The nurses over here don't know how to wipe butts. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know how to wipe a butt? If I've learned this in my first semester of nursing school, I know you learned it. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Huh? 36. Okay, there we go. Boom. This is correct because I know last week it was like 8,000. So in total, we have contributed $9,141 to debt so far. So yes, I'm very pleased about that. I want to make sure that I have the correct amount of things colored in here. So it's 28 per. Hold on, let me see, I didn't write that. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's the same every time that well, that's not true because there's overage sometimes, so I'm not even going to go off of that. But we have 28 bubbles on each page. So let me just write down this number so I can keep track, because y'all know I'm gonna forget. So yes, I was like, that really irritated the crap out of me. And I was just so glad that I only go in twice a week, because I was like, during last week, I was like, you know what? Me not working like 3 days out of the week, like I kind of miss it. Like I can't, like maybe I can do like once a week, you know? My mom was like, no, Paula, like just do your twice a week, call it a day, and put that energy and effort towards something else. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And then definitely after Saturday night, I was like, nope, you're absolutely right. When I tell you I did not sit down, I didn't even take a break. You think they cared? No. They just wanted Paula to assist. Like, okay, yeah. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So 28 plus 28 plus 28 equals plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. plus 6 equals 90. And we have 9141. So I can color in one more. So yes, that was how my work day, and it's crazy how I had so much to tell you off of one work day. But when I was full time, I was explaining 3 work days in the same amount of time. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, that's rude. That's rude and it's disrespectful. Okay, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate it. But that's why I was like, yeah, girl, no, we about to do what we got to do in nursing school because I need to move on. I need to move on. I need to move on because I can't. They got me effed up. 100% got me effed up. Like I said, it would be one thing if I was getting help, but I wasn't getting help. I was like, how was Saturday worse than New Year's? I think it was New Year's Eve. How was Saturday worse than New Year's Eve? And I was the only CNA that night. Over 20 something patients. Because the nurses were helping, they were doing their job, and the floor was a little bit lighter. We had like a bunch of people on the floor, but the acuity was less. So, and they were doing their job, which was helpful. But I'm like, the acuity was high and the nurses did not want to do their job on Saturday. So I was like, this sucks. But like I said, you know, many lessons learned. Like, don't be a lazy nurse. These people will try to have you do more than your scope of practice because, like I said, nobody taught me how to use these lists. Nobody signed me off on these lists, and y'all want me to risk my license. They will try you. They will try you. Don't let them do that. And I wasn't going to let them do that because I'm like, I have too much to lose over working for 12 hours. Okay, I'm not going to lose my license in 12 hours, and that's not going to happen. So I was like, no, ma'am. But yes, anyways, so nursing school is going good though. Nursing school is going great so far. I'm feeling really good about it, especially after my dose calc exam. Like I said, hopefully I passed with that 95 or higher so I don't have to take it again, but I felt really good about it. So I was very pleased about that. We are moving. Like, there is plenty of other things to be happy and thankful for. So I was like, I'm not going to let this little PRN, you know, disrespectful status, you know, irk me too much. But yeah, and I'm still trying to contact my nurse manager about my little bonus because I was supposed to get a bonus for being part-time, for being full-time for 90 days, and I didn't get it. And I'm like, of course I'm PRN now, so I'm like, they're probably gonna be like, no, you can't get it. But I was like, I was supposed to get it, so hopefully I will. But like I said, I'm not trying to trip over stuff like that because what's meant for me is for me. So I'm not going to trip over that because, like I said, once I'm a nurse, I'll be making 3 to 4 times what I make right now, and that is my biggest priority. Like I said, I'm not trying to be stuck in this position of getting crappy assignments every time I come on the floor. But yes, that's basically what I have to look forward to every time I work, which is really irritating. But like I said, at least it's only 2 times out of the month, and I do like the idea of bringing home some sort of money every month. So I'm happy about that. But yes, thank you guys so much for being here and letting me vent and watching the video. It'd be so helpful if you could like the video if you have made it this far, and leave me a comment. How are you guys doing? Have you experienced things like this? Like, has your job been trying you? Has school been trying you? Some of y'all are in school too. So yes, let me know how you guys are doing. I would love to hear from y'all. Y'all know I love talking to you. But yes, I will see y'all next week, and yeah, bye bye.